Good afternoon, Wanda. I'm delighted to find out more information about Zeta Phi Beta sorority. And so we'll just get started right into it if you begin telling us about the founders, founding of Zeta Phi Beta.
Sure. Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated was founded on the campus of Howard University on January 16, 1920. We have 5 pearls. We call our 5 founders 5 pearls. And their names are Arizona Cleaver Stemmons, Pearl Anna Neal, Murder Tyler Faithful, Viola Tyler Goins, and Fannie Petty Watts. These 5 cohorts felt as they envisioned a sorority that would have a positive change and impact during the 1920s and on, that would actually target our communities and things that were going on at that time. They had the highest standards of scholastic achievement, was their founding principles that they really wanted to convey, and foster greater unity in all communities, as well as their members. These women believed that the sorority elitism and social gathering and stuff was not what they wanted. They wanted to, during that time, they had progressive organizations, and they wanted to make sure that what they did impacted people of all colors, rank, and file.
Okay, when did it finally become incorporated?
It became incorporated, I believe, in 1923.
1923. What can you tell us about the local chapter? The one here in New Bern, give us its name.
Okay, the name of the local chapter is Iota Sigma Zeta Chapter. And it was founded or chartered here in the year of 1979. They received a temporary charter in September, but their final charter was November 10th, 1979. And they came about when 2 members, Doris Boy and Rosetta Lewis, was traveling to Gates County, to AAHC, Gatesville, and Powellsville to go to meetings. And one day, Doris Boy asked Rosetta Lewis, and I'm trying to find my quote. She said something like, "Why can't we just start a chapter in New Bern?" Miss Rosetta Lewis said, now, you're going too far, So when Doris Boy got back from their meeting that day, she called the regional director. Her last name was Prelude at the time. And she asked what was the procedures and how did she go about getting a chapter in New Bern. And she was told, and what happened was they fill out the application, and she and Rosetta Lewis, they bonded, they got closer as they was trying to start the chapter in New Bern. When they got ready to start the chapter, it was 2 of them, but they need a total of 5, which is our 5 chartered members. And those 5, including Doris Boy, Rosetta Lewis, then it was Janie Dillahunt, Anna Hall, and Mary Bryant. And those are our 5 chartered members.
So it was through them that the charter was indeed
Yes,
realized.
it really was.
You all been going since 1970.
Been going and increasing in membership since then. Doris Boy even had an envision that her chapter, and I know it was Delta Pi Zeta in Gatesville, would help sponsor a chapter on ECU campus, and because she felt like they needed a chapter on the campus, an undergrad chapter, and she talked to them, and they agreed. But once they realized that they were so far from Greenville, they asked that the Kinston chapter, Delta Rosetta chapter, would sponsor that chapter at ECU, and they sponsored that chapter. And one of those chartered members, one of the first initiatives, is in our chapter today, and her name is Martha Carnegie Johnson.
So what are some of the things that you all do in this local chapter?
Well, in the local chapter, we're aligned with the national initiatives. And our service programs are called Z-Hope. Zeta's helping others, people to excel. I want to make sure I got that correct. And our our service principles are scholarship, service, sisterhood, and found a womanhood. So those are our principles. And then we work on service projects that align with those. We have elder care initiative. We have we work with Wreaths Across America. We purchase wreaths and we go out and lay the wreaths and go back and pick them up with the locally here. We go to nursing homes. We gave out blessing bundles. The cancer center here, we gave out blankets. We service Jones, Pamlico, and Carteret as well as Craven County. And some of the other things, we have a Miss Blue review that we have every 3 years. And through that program, we have high school students, female students, who participate in not only getting the scholarship, but on workshops and etiquette and, being me, encouragements and motivation, oratorical contests and things like that.
Is there anything else you'd like to add? And can you share some of the activities that your young ladies who participate in the Blue Review, any of the other activities that they participated in?
Where they participate in the local parade, they visit nursing homes during season or so, say like Christmas, give out Christmas cards, and they have to write them out themselves and stuff and go to the different nursing homes in all 4 counties.
Oh.
They also, and that would be Christmas, Valentine, Mother's Day, Father's Day. We put package together like personal care items and give to them, things in that nature. Collecting for a cause like the women's shelter, the homeless shelter, things of service in the community that's needed.
Do you all ever partner with any other organizations?
Yes, we do. Locally, we have partnered with the churches. We've partnered with the Continental Societies. We've partnered with Delta Sigma Theta on projects that we all come together with. Also, nationally, we have St. Jude. We have the March of Dimes, which is a big one of our oldest initiatives is the March of Dimes. And we just finished our campaign for the March of Dimes to go up, which we had a shoe rally instead of walking because we have so many older members. Mm-hmm. So we did a shoe rally and then we sent up that for the monies for the March of Dimes, March for Babies. We do premature awareness and we go to churches and we've participated at your church, Clinton Chapel, with the premature awareness.
I remember that. I was just and I thought that was such a wonderful idea.
Yeah, we also visit one another's church once a year. So one year it might be my church, next year someone else, but we gather together and then we leave a token of love to that congregation.
I heard you mention that you're ending out your year or your term.
Yes.
As president.
As president,
Can you share with me some of the things that really are dear to your heart in serving this year? Or the past, was it 2 or 3 years?
It was 4 years.
Past 4 years.
This time, the first time I was president, it was 2012 to 2014, and this time was 2018 to 2022. And I am happy and I am glad that we have accomplished the things that we did. We needed to update our bylaws. We needed to update our standard operating procedures because they were behind date, with the computer and everything going on. And then COVID coming, we had to just jump right in and do Zoom. And we did do all those things. And it was good that I already knew how to do those things. While in my tenure, we had a 40th anniversary, which was really beautifully done, held at the Flame. And we awarded Ms. Doris Foy, who is one of the charter members that's still with us, and gave her a visionary award because she had that vision to have a chapter here in New Bern. And I'm glad to say that we have a Zeta Dove, Miss Alfreda Collins, who's still with us, who's been a Zeta over 50 years, so they become a Dove after 50 years. Okay. So she's been more than 50 years as a Zeta. So we celebrated her that day as well. We've done most of the program giving to a family at Thanksgiving and Christmas every year, and we do alternate the counties. So if, say for instance, this past year, it was Pamlico and Jones. So Jones County got the Thanksgiving and Pamlico County received the Christmas. So we do things like that. We've helped with senior services at Pamlico County Senior Services with the Meals on Wheels. We gave out blessing bundles to them as well.
That's good. There's been a lot.
It's can't think because it goes on, and you do every year. And we have a whole list of Z-Hope things that we've done. We also serve domestic violence, autism, sickle cell anemia. We also give to the James City Historical Society. The Hazel B. Neal, we did for years, the scholarship program. So because we are about scholarship and service, and we make sure that we do those things in the area.
Is that the auxiliary? I think when I was reading.
We have an auxiliary. We have
auxiliary affiliates.
Yes, we have auxiliary, and then we have affiliates. And the auxiliary is called the Mikai, and the Mikai means friends. And they're our friends, and they're a group of women that have the same vision that we have with service and scholarship, sisterhood, and final womanhood. But they do not have a 4-year degree. So they help us with all our projects, and right now Miss Carol Downing is our president.
Very good.
And she's also was our first Miss Blue Review in 1982.
Okay.
Yeah, she was our first Miss Blue Review. And we had some interest from some other people that was in the Miss Blue Review. The vice president is Miss Lily Douglas Bryant, and then we have the secretary, Miss Pauline White, and then we have Florence Harris, and also SHEILA Johnson.
Very good.
Yes.
Those are lovely ladies. I have the pleasure of knowing them.
We haven't serviced our MeCats and our Pearlettes in a while, but it's all age groups coming from 5 on up.
Oh, from 5 on up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Those are the little Pearlettes.
Pearlettes. Okay, that's why I was going to ask you to break down each one of those groups.
And then the MeCats, and then the high schoolers are the Arcanettes. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Most of the time, the Pearlette does carry the crown bearer for the Blue Review.
Okay, when you say crown bearer, give us a little bit more. I might understand, but I don't know if all our audience does.
So she will bring and have the tiara on a pillar and bring it up before they announce who the winner is in the pageant, in the Miss Blue Review pageant.
All right, so if you could explain Blue Review just a little more.
Miss Blue Review basically is a scholarship program, as I was saying before, and we work with those girls in different areas. Their academics, we work with etiquette, dining, social etiquette, and then we talk to them. We have workshops about bullying and being motivated, on the move, goals for life, oratorical contests, things like that.
And then the culmination of that is the presentation.
The presentation.
The Blue Review is
the presentation, and they coming out into societies like we're introducing them. So they do it. So when we have the program, they have to do a talent. Everybody does a talent. We have escorts. The males are the escorts. And so we actually are servicing the male, because we do have a Zeta Male Network as well, where we have young boys, older boys in the Zeta Male Network. And we have grown men, Zeta Male Network. So that's the whole family.
The whole family.
The whole family. We can service the whole family.
And the scholarships, I believe, come out of the activities that have been done that lead up to the presentation.
Yes,
and that's been the Arcanite.
Arcanettes.
Mm-hmm. The little pearl. The pearl brings out the pearlette brings out the crown for the queen.
And usually when we have the MeCats, they normally perform during that time. So they might do a step or dance or something like that. That's what they've done in the past. And we are hoping that going forward, because things have changed since COVID, that going forward that we'll be able to have all 3 groups active. All 3. And in that way, as they grow up, which has happened, we had someone that was a pearlette became a meerkat, and then also was an arcanet and was in the Blue Review.
Okay, that sounds good.
And so you're grooming them all the way, and I think that's good too, because you know it takes a village. You know, yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, as we end our interview, I'd like to offer you again an opportunity, anything else that you would like to share, and perhaps even to your chapter, as again, your time as president comes to the end, if you would like to make a special appeal to them or acknowledgement of them.
Yes, I would like to acknowledge all of them. I just had my last meeting, which I did acknowledge them, and I told them that they gave me a beautiful gift, and the gift that they gave me was the accomplishment that we have come forth with since I've been president. I am very proud of them, and I'm hoping that the next president has full success, and I know she will, because and the next president is Cynthia Maddox, and that we will go forth and do even more and better, and hopefully that everyone will work together. And my parting words to them was about real sisters. Real sisters will disagree, but real sisters still continue to love and be there for their sisters. And that's a real sister. So that's what I would like to close with. We are real sisters, and remember that.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Ms. Wanda,
Right.
for coming in and sharing your sorority with us. We
Okay.
will put it in our collections
Okay.
of our local African American history with much pride.
Thank you. Thank you.